Hey guys, John L here. Wanted to make a quick video. The Rocket and Groot event started, and I noticed one of the fights, the lead-in fight, is just a team fight, your team versus a single Juggernaut. The Juggernaut is probably overpowered. For my roster, he's pretty manageable, but I mean, he's definitely higher leveled than what I would expect if he had a couple other characters alongside him. So these fights do pop up somewhat frequently. I know that in the Hulk event, you have to fight Hulk when he's, kind of overpowered. And the fights can be kind of challenging. If you kind of go in them with your regular strategy and kind of don't really pick your team to kind of suit the fight, it could be a little bit more difficult. I'll show you a way to go against these overpowered characters that are really pretty easy. So the key is basically stunning. So if you have a 3-star Captain America, he's one of the best at it. You could also, if you want to, if you have a 4-star Iceman, he has a really good and quick and cheap stun. If you are a lower leveled roster, kind of around the 2 stars, if you have a Captain America, he has the same power set as a 3-star Captain America, and his blue, if you have it at 5 covers, which you definitely should, that's one of the best builds for that character. His stun is, equal, exactly the same as the 3-star, so you could even switch him out. So anyways, we'll choose him first, somewhere around here. There he is. And, the other part of the fight is just building up the blue to kind of keep the stun going. So, Captain America or Steve Rogers, depending on whether you're using the 2 or the 3, his blue is actually a little bit expensive. I think it's something like 10 or 11 or maybe more, not quite sure. Yeah, it's 12, there you go. So that's kind of the challenge. Once you get it though, it pretty much is like a 3-turn countdown tile that expires, or 2-turn countdown tile that expires, and essentially just gives you back all of the blue that you need to kind of keep going. So it kind of just kind of self-propels itself. But what you'll want to do is have a character that builds up the blue for you, and that's where Mark 40 comes in. So if you've been playing this for a while, you might recognize this is one of the best teams, at least 3-star teams in the game. This team also works really well against like henchman fights, just because with 2-star and 3-star Captain America, his red and his blue, if you have them at 5 covers, you can drop those tiles onto your opponent's countdown tiles, which pretty much like blends their attack and makes those fights way easier. So the only other person who you need to fill this team up with is some kind of tank. So, if you're a 3-star guy, you might just put like Patch in there or something. Or, actually, I think Rocket and Groot, basically so you can cover Captain America's blue, perhaps. I don't know. I like to use someone who can heal. So, you know who I'm going with. I'm just going to go with the Surfer here, because he can just take a beating. If you have a 5-star Old Man Logan, even if you have just like 1 cover, his yellow will be stronger than Mark 40's yellow, so Mark 40 won't take damage. So there's a bunch of ways you can kind of play it, but usually, for a fight like this, I'll just, put someone who can take a beating. So anyways, we'll get going. Okay, so what you're looking to do is get yellow and get blue. So as long as he doesn't, get a headbutt going, or, too much green going for unstoppable crash, you'll probably be in pretty good shape. Let's see, what can we do here? Alright, so with Mark 40, and if you do have Mark 40, you should definitely try to get him to 5 covers in his yellow, because that's pretty much his, well, that's pretty much his main purpose. Just to get you a ton of AP for, you know, whatever characters you have. So right now we're just going to try to protect these yellow countdown tiles. So I'm just going to get rid of this green here so he can't use was it Unstoppable Crash. So if you get a board that doesn't have any yellow or doesn't have a lot of blue, you might just try to play keep away with him. So, you know, just try to match up the greens and the reds, just so he doesn't, you know, rack up enough power to kind of, you know, beat down your team. So anyways, we'll just throw down Peacemaker. So that'll stun him for 2 turns. So in the meantime, I'll try to keep getting more blue, and just make sure you don't get rid of that tile. So if you can get 2 blues, or 2, you know, these Peacemaker tiles going, you pretty much can just, you know, take him out of the game without him even having a turn. So, kind of play a little keep away. You can also work on getting yellow, so that way Mark 40 can get more. There we go. Throw this down so he gets stunned again. Throw down another recharge. So, you know, if you can do that twice, then you shouldn't have any problem with, you know, all the AP that you need. I haven't been doing it, but you'll also have enough red to throw Star Spangled Avenger. This is great if you have the 3-star Steve Rogers, because the attack does really good. You should also have that at 5 covers, if you can. If you're doing this with the 2-star Steve Rogers, you probably might want to have some other character that has like a better red ability, just because I know the 2-star Steve Rogers, while the Peacemaker is great, his you know, shield one, Star Spangled Avenger, is just pretty weak and terrible. Anyways, we'll continue. And, let's see, there we go. Just match another blue. So now, all this stuff is happening. We're getting tons of, like, AP. Now we can just kind of throw down blue at our leisure and just take, you know, our overpowered single character out of the match. So I'm not really even paying attention. What you can do with the red tiles, since they actually, you know, disappear when they solve, use them to, like, make matches. You can use the blue tiles, kind of position them so that when they do end up finishing and turning into protect tiles, you can match those blue tiles into more 3s. So, if you are, you know, kind of a lower roster, you might need to kind of pay more attention to how you play, just because, you know, if a character like Hulk or Juggernaut, who's overpowered, comes out of their stun, they might do a lot of damage to you. So anyways, yeah, just kind of rinse and repeat here. So just kind of keep throwing down Star Spangled Avengers, and kind of just keep picking up blue and red and yellow. Keep throwing down Peacemakers, and that's pretty much it. So, you know, things kind of go your way. And you really don't need a lot. I mean, all you need is really 6 yellows to get the whole process going. But yeah, you know, you should be able to get out of these fights without taking a lot of damage, and being able to take care of these you know, overpowered lone characters without much difficulty. So anyways, hope that helps you guys, and let me know what you think. If you have any other kind of great strategies about single characters, please share. Thanks for watching. Take care, guys.